Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here filling in for Gary Franchi's Next News Network. Well, faith-based groups are teaching Fema a lesson in how to deal with natural disaster relief. Now, the report comes out on the conservativetribune.com and it was put out by Cillian Zeal, who goes on to say that, the liberals on the left are constantly trying to take advantage of of any crisis. As Rahm Emanuel always says, never let a crisis go to waste. Well, this is something that liberals do. But in order to find out who is really funding and taking care of people during these hard times, well, you don't have to look any further than the actual money trail. Is it the liberal leftists and the government and FEMA that's taking care of them, or is it the public and the people of our country, the faith-based organizations that are doing it? Well, you might be surprised. Now, the report goes on to state the following, that money, namely from private faith-based organizations, that about 80% of all recovery happens because of nonprofits, and the majority of them are faith-based. Now, this was according to Greg Forrester, the CEO of National Voluntary Organizations Active in Disaster, and he told this to USA Today. He said those funds are, quote, all raised by individuals who go and served, raised through corporation connections, raised through church connections, and all of these things. FEMA tends to be most effective when working with these organizations in those disaster times. So it's you, the American people, you, the faith-based people, that are donating your time, your money, your effort when these events and striking bad things do happen. And that's the thing. We have good in people on both sides of the fence. We have looters, which is just disgraceful, both looters during Hurricane Harvey and during Irma. And then we have the people of the world who are donating, helping, and giving their hands and their time to the victims of that. But just an interesting report there. So FEMA needs to take a lesson on how just the average everyday people are doing it, because I think they're falling a little short in that area, obviously. But thankfully, we have FEMA and they're doing a little bit of something. But that said, here's the other thing to remember is that the leftists, as I stated in the beginning of this video, they take advantage of crises like this. Rather than focusing on the funds and donating and the recovery, they want to blame it on the false narrative of global warming or cooling or climate change, whatever the name is today. And they want to say, oh, it's because of that. It's because of global warming that all these hurricanes are blowing up out of the water. Notice the timing of Al Gore's second movie, because here's the thing. We are in what's called a solar minimum. That's what it is. That's what it's called. We go through maximums, but every 11 years, we go through what's called a solar minimum. During solar minimums, our sun has less activity, less sunspots on it. As a result of this, all the time, every time during those solar minimums, we have an uptick in hurricanes, an uptick in hurricane activity. Crazy part is, here we have Al Gore timing perfectly with the solar minimum to put out his fake Al Gore global warming movie. And at the same time, we have the hurricanes coming up and the left is trying to blame it on Agenda 21 and the false narrative of global warming, when the reality is it's just that we're in a solar minimum. So chew on that, Al Gore. That's all I gotta say, but they definitely take advantage of those situations. But thankfully there's churches and things that can come and help with at least the hard part of it. But I'm just adding that in there. I know it's kind of two different topics, but I wanted to add that because I think that's a huge piece of the pie. But thankfully there's people out there serving and doing things, while the leftists on the other side is trying to push a narrative. Those on the right, those not even on the right, but Christians and patriots and gun owners are taking the initiative to make a move, while the other side, they just want to use it. Anyhow, wanted to bring you the latest on that. If you like what you heard, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, subscribe, and share it everywhere on all your social media outlets, and comment below. Well, if you like what you heard, I've got a channel over on Lisa Haven. Just Google me, I'll pop right up. And for now, I'm filling in for Gary Franchi's Next News Network.
Badass shirt now available. Link in the description.
You possess the power to impact the global narrative. Please share this report, and, to get more videos like this, become a Next News subscriber by clicking the link below. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.